Friday, ladies and gentlemen. TGIF. Friday morning at 7:15 in the morning, September 23rd, 2022. Just heading north on Peninsula Boulevard. We're heading to the shop, which is in Valley Stream at 80 East Hawthorne Avenue. So if we're in your service territory, we like to stay within a 5-mile radius of our home base in Valley Stream. So that includes parts of Queens, Nassau County, and sometimes we go to the Great Neck, you know, in northern parts of the nature. But if we're in your service territory, I would love to help you out. Give us a call, 516-348-6300, or email me, Mike at mikeypipes.com. So like I said, I'm heading to the shop right now. It's going to meet the guys, answer any questions. I want to talk to Daniel about a couple jobs, and we'll get on our way. I'm making Fridays my estimate day. Fridays is estimate day, so, and it's just the morning. And now as winter approaches, I may even do it in the afternoon too, or I might as well just go back to work full time on Friday. Because I'm not like going to be enjoying the pool when it's 52 degrees this morning in New York. Can't wait to open up shop in, looks like we're going for North Charleston, South Carolina. The wife and I, you know, Dr. and Mrs. Pipe, the pipe nurse, we're heading to Charleston next week for a nice long business weekend. We're going to check out the area of Charleston and North Charleston and look at some office space, some flex space, so we can set up our shop down there. It's going to be pretty epic, so make sure you check it out. It'll be on the Mikey Pipes Uncensored channel, and most of it, where I'm going to do a special playlist or a special series on how I'm going to get it done. All right, I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm really appreciating the support from everyone, each and every one of you out there. All right, guys, so if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up button. There's no cost or obligation in hitting that, and you support the channel. It really helps it out on Google, on YouTube, and all that other good stuff. All right, so without further ado, let's get going. All right, now I'm in the shop. Just gonna put away some material that we got from supplyhouse.com. Not a sponsor of the channel, but got some Vigo 3/4 inch 45s. And refill the shelves because that Burnham Alpine that we did on Pimp My Boiler episode, and that really wiped me out. It really wiped me out, so we got to restock. What's really great about supplyhouse.com is that yesterday morning, no, it wasn't yesterday morning, Wednesday morning, Daniel made a list of what we needed, and it was delivered yesterday, and now here it is, Friday morning. If it was here yesterday morning, we could have restocked it then, but that's how easy it is. Supplyhouse.com, real people, real service, and not a sponsor of the channel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's around 7:50 in the morning, about 10 minutes out from my first appointment. Scheduled between 8 and 10, and you know I'll be there at 8 o'clock on the dot. I'm very punctual. A lot of people don't expect the plumber and the HVAC guy to show up on time, but we show up on time. It's kind of like that 1 hour air. We're on time, or it's on them, or you don't pay us a dime. Some crap like that. Those franchises, you know, Mr. Sparky in 1 hour, Benjamin Franklin. It's all good, but I'm going to give this guy an estimate. He wants to do some, what does the guy want? Let's see what he wants. He wants estimate to add heat to basement and replace corroded pipe from furnace. So I'm willing to wager he's got a steam boiler. I already can guess. Based in Floral Park. Yep, he's in Floral Park. But she's got steam. I love steam. Love me steam. Second most efficient way of heating, in my opinion. First most being radiant. Love radiant. All right, guys. Hope I get some footage. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How's it going?
I've been here before.
Yeah. Good to see you again.
You too. Mike.
Come on in.
Thank you. Here to give you some heat in the basement?
Yeah. And I'm following up on something you told me to do like 8 months ago.
Okay. Let's take a peek. What's going on? Let's see. I think you had something was leaking before.
Yeah. Yeah, so
because they disabled the indirect, right? Because it was causing the relief valve on the boiler to leak. So they abandoned it in place instead of putting a warranty claim in on it and getting you a new tank. And now you have the tankless, which is the most efficient way of heating water. But nonetheless, okay, what do you want to do?
Sure. So,
you
the
got some
last time
corrosion
you
and
were
rust
here,
on the
you had mentioned that this probably needs to get replaced simply because if it bursts, it could cause a big issue. And you guys try to
Get that out.
get it out.
I know.
As soon as you put the pipe, or like
It started to crush.
It started to crush, right?
I still think I still have the same stance. If deal with it when it starts to leak.
Okay.
If you want to try to get that out, we have to spend a lot of time here. And I don't mean like a day, but to get that 1/2-inch nipple out, which is holding up the automatic air vent, that new vent that we put on, we'd have to try to take out this pipe here. This pipe's not coming out.
Okay.
The whole boiler's going to move. But if you like, we could spray it down with some penetrating oil, let it sit for a little bit, and then try taking it out. I think I probably already did that too, though. But listen, worst case scenario, listen, it's an ordeal. We take the jackets off, the covers, and we basically rip the piece out of the boiler, and then make sure the threads are fine, which it should be because it's cast iron, and then put a new one in. But it could be, you could be looking at a 2-hour job, 3-hour job for realistically, if the pipe was like exposed and everything's right there, a minute. But to preventatively take that out beforehand, listen, you have a finished basement. If it was an unfinished basement, you have carpet down here, the loss would be covered by your insurance company, minus your deductible, but it's your call. If you want, we'll try taking it out. Not a bad idea to do it though.
Yeah, I mean,
it's exactly the same as this one. It's exactly the same pipe, except this is a different size than that. That's all it is.
Got it. I mean, look, I remember last time that you were here, you had mentioned that ultimately if this one failed, like it could be like a big issue for the basement.
Yes, absolutely.
And so I was like,
okay, so we'll take care of it sooner rather than later. Okay. And you want to add heating in the basement?
Yeah, so that was the other thing.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, so right now, the only thing that we have.
All right, so this basement, any idea how many square feet the house is?
Total, probably, no, I don't.
All right, so I measured from that corner to that corner. You have around 28 feet. Adding on that, so we'll round up to 30 feet. 30 feet will give you 18,000, this is just some rough math, which I don't expect you to understand, but 18,000 BTUs of heating potential.
Okay.
Which is a lot.
Okay.
It's a basement. It's insulated by the earth. So you have very little heat loss in the basement. Matter of fact, when we do load calculations, it's kind of like a moot point for basements because it's just the heat is maintained because it's in the earth. Unlike a first floor, second floor, especially a second floor because they have a lot more exposure. You have the roof, you have all the four sides. First floor, you just have, all the four sides, and you're insulated by the top floor. So if we were to put some baseboard, and I say baseboard, not electric, you had asked, but we create a zone on the boiler, and we put a thermostat. Ideally, you put a thermostat like maybe right there, or over there, a little bit away from the baseboard, and you run baseboard along this wall. And you have its own thermostat, its own zone. So if someone's down here, you just want the heat down here, the boiler will come on, it'll circulate water. Not through the fan coils that you have, like the forced air heating you have with the hot water coils. Baseboard, like you have like a true hot water system. So water would travel through there and it would heat the house through the floor. And it would hook up to the boiler as an additional zone because you have 1, 2, 3. You have a lot of zones already, actually. Oh, you have radiant. Yes. Radiant kitchen and bathroom or bathrooms and...
Bathrooms, yes. So it's kitchen,
Yep.
bathroom on the main floor, and then 2 bathrooms on the top floor.
Gotcha. Actually, I'm going to make this very simple for you.
Okay.
Because when you have what you want to do here, and let's say you had baseboard. Let's say you had a first floor zone, a second floor zone. That's all you had, right? And they said, Mike, I want to heat the basement. I have to add another circulator. I have to add relays and controls and things like that to make it happen, right? You already have it in place.
Okay.
The indirect that got abandoned.
I see what you're saying.
You already have the piping in place. I could just disconnect that.
Totally just, yeah.
Right? I disconnect the 2 pipes because there's one here and there's one there. And the only thing is how it's wired, and it's probably wired to, let's see if I can see what turns on. If that red black box comes on, it's a no-brainer. Yep. We plug in the aquastat. It turns on a circulator controlled by that. Now this goes to a thermostat on the outside of this wall. All I have to do now is run baseboard and cut the pipe, and obviously we can get rid of this or keep it there, whatever. But now it becomes a no-brainer.
Interesting. How what's like in terms of like energy efficiency, cost of installation, blah blah blah?
Good question.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think you know how the remainder of that service call went down. We had the abandoned indirect not being used for anything. We have the tankless water heater on the wall. It makes perfect sense. Let's capture that zone already in place with already control. All I need to do is just move that wire, put it on the other side of the wall, throw in a Series 80 thermostat I like, or whatever kind of thermostat we like to put there. Run some, I need a couple 1 by 3/4 inch reducing couplings, to reduce from that 1 inch for the indirect. Run some PEX or some copper pipe, and 30 feet of baseboard, slant fit number 30. We have roughly around 30 feet. That gives us around 18,000 BTUs. Plenty of heat for this basement. When you get that convection going on, that cold air being sucked in from the bottom of the baseboard, through thermodynamics, it's going to suck into the bottom, go through the elements, and then go out the louvers, and you have that natural convection of air. It's actually a win-win for everyone. And listen, I told him, if you didn't have that zone in place already for the indirect, listen, the easy could be a $4,000+ job. Adding a circulator, adding a relay, the wiring, the piping, and the baseboard, easy peasy, if not more. So it was a no-brainer. All right, so I'm at my next service call. This is a job I was at on Sunday, and where the emergency was that whole house water filter that was only used for the kitchen. It started leaking out of the blue, but here we are now. They just had the water, the whole street main was replaced this week, actually yesterday, and they reconnected the house, so we have to flush out all the fixtures. So we're gonna do that. Maybe I'll get some footage, maybe I won't, but just wanted to give you an update. All right, hope you like the new uniform too, by the way. It looks tits. Thanks, Conrad. I got the idea from you. Hi.
Hi again.
Hello again.
I have that house too next door. I don't know. It's my father-in-law's. I don't know if they need it. Are we gonna have no water now?
What do you mean?
When you do what you're doing, is the water gonna be off?
No.
No?
No, you want the water to be off?
No, I really don't. You want a cup of coffee?
No, I'm okay.
You good?
Yes.
Okay.
I like the flowers.
Oh, thank you.
Must have been a gift from your husband.
Those are from 2 years ago already.
I know they last forever.
Yeah.
The fleur de lis, whatever it's called, right?
Yeah. Get them protected.
You have the notice from the water company? All right, time to flush your water line. Yep, so we gotta follow these steps. Easy peasy. All right, so I'm gonna take these aerators out. See all that cocky in there? Look at all that cocky. So I'm gonna leave this down in case there's a washer in there, which, yep, see, look at that. Imagine we didn't have this down, we turned the water on and it washed down the drain. You'd be like, oh. And now you're O-faced, ladies and gentlemen, now you're O-faced. By the way, I really like the new uniforms. Really like them. Got the American flag. That's right, flex to guns. All right, so let's run the water. Look at that brownness. See that? Pop the drain open. And we're gonna do this on all the fixtures in the house. Damn, I look sexy. Guns. Guns.
I already had in my head to do the chicken, so I could just...
This is why. See all that crap in there?
Uh-huh. Well, I'll call you right back, Julie.
That's why they want you to flush out the stuff.
Okay, so that's what I want.
Yeah. All right, so right now we're in the basement kitchen. Here's the sink. take off the head. Put that off to the side. There's your little washer. It's pretty clean there, so that's good. And let's see, I'm trying to do this one-handedly. That one's clean. So it's gonna be in there. That's gonna be fun to take out. I don't think this is gonna come out. So I tried spinning it out, and with the needle nose, it spins, but I don't want to damage it. But we're good as far as spray and operation. But we're doing a lot of cooking here. All these chicken legs, the stuffing, the bread mix, cubes, good stuff. All right, next fixture. Looks okay. Fine. Trying to take that out, it's probably gonna break. Let's see. Let's see if I take my little crescent wrench. Look at that. Stopper. Came out. Look at that. See, not that much cocky. I'll rinse that off. Okay, nice and clean. Put that back in and off to the next. Come on, get on there. There we go. Almost. Almost. Come on. Get. Okay. Very nice. Now it's cracked. See that? Crazy. All right.
Come here, I'll show you. I got you one for Ricky, but the color is not right on one. So I ordered now another, so now there'll be Teresa.
See? Let's see what we got here. So you know what Jesus said. That gross water. Let this one go. So I'm flushing out the water to this drain here. I noticed that the handle comes right off, you know. We're here. Let's get our weehaw set out. Let's tighten it up. Do the right thing and build those relationships. All right. One-handedly. It's a little loose there, but at least it's not coming off again. So yeah, now it's also in the proper orientation. Cold, hot. Ugh, look at that water. Brown. See that? No bueno. Back to off. All right, next. Look at all the crap coming out of that. See that? Look at all that crap coming out of this faucet. Crazy. All right, coffee. Cocky. There it is. Let this run for a little bit. I think that's pretty good. A little bit of debris. Looks like a fairly new bathroom, so probably newer piping. House is 120 years old. All right, good drain. Let's see if we get that little whirlpool action going on. Yep. Nice. Let's clean up our mess. All right. Clean up our mess. Leaving it all wet and little droplets will form. That's not good enough for this neighborhood.